Most people assume that John Denver's biggest hit song, Take Me Home Country Roads, was directly inspired by a trip to West Virginia. After all, the song begins with the lyric, Almost Heaven, West Virginia, and the name of the state is repeated several times throughout that song. It turns out that the song was actually inspired by a road in Maryland that is located north of Washington, D.C. Clopper Road is one of the oldest roads in Montgomery County, Maryland, and it was originally a Native American trail. If you pick up the road in Gaithersburg, you notice that it's your typical Washington, D.C. suburban area full of shopping centers, residential neighborhoods, houses of worship, and similar suburban amenities. The longer you drive on Clopper Road and the further away you get from Washington, D.C., the more rural the road becomes until it resembles the description of the lyrics in Take Me Home Country Roads. Clopper Road runs concurrent with Maryland Route 117 from Gaithersburg until Clopper Road ends just south of the Boyd's commuter train station. Clopper Road's inspiration to becoming a hit song began in 1970 with a pair of D.C. area singer-songwriters named Bill Danoff and Taffy Nivert, who were also husband and wife at the time. They were traveling along Clopper Road in order to attend Nivert's family reunion. Clopper Road was a completely rural road at the time. While Nivert was driving, Danoff was playing his guitar, where he began to repeat the phrase country roads. Even though Danoff had never visited West Virginia, he found further inspiration in postcards from a friend who visited that state and Danoff's own memories of listening to the Saturday Night Jamboree radio broadcasts from Wheeling, West Virginia. He also drew on his memories growing up in Springfield, Massachusetts, but he said that he didn't want to write about Massachusetts because he didn't think that the word Massachusetts was musical. Despite the fact that the song was incomplete at the time, Danoff and Nivert introduced that song to John Denver, who loved it. Danoff and Nivert had originally planned to sell the song to Johnny Cash, but Denver loved that song so much that he decided that he had to have it. So the three of them worked together on finishing and refining that song. Soon afterwards, the three of them debuted that song doing a live performance at a DC nightclub known as the Cellar Door, and it resulted in a 5-minute standing ovation. Realizing that they had something special, the three of them went into the recording studio in New York City, where Denver sang the song, Danoff and Nivert sang backup vocals, and Danoff played the guitar. Take Me Home Country Roads was released as a single in 1971, and it became a major hit single where it charted as high as number 2 on Billboard's U.S. Hot 100 singles. It made John Denver into a major music star. Denver would go on to have a very successful music career where he had more hit singles like Annie's Song, Sunshine on My Shoulders, Rocky Mountain High, and Thank God I'm a Country Boy. He even appeared in the hit comedy movie Oh God with George Burns. He died in a plane crash in 1997 at the age of 53. Bill Danoff and Taffy Nivert went on to form their own music group, the Starland Vocal Band. In 1976, the group came out with the song Afternoon Delight, which was about a midday sexual encounter that had lyrics with double entendres such as Sky Rockets in Flight. Afternoon Delight became the number 1 hit song in the United States. Afternoon Delight was such a huge hit that CBS gave the band their own TV variety show named the Starland Vocal Band Show, which ran in the summer of 1977 for 6 weeks. The network never renewed that show for another season. The issue of judging the quality of Afternoon Delight produces strong emotions in people that persist to this day. In 2010, Billboard named Afternoon Delight the 20th sexiest song of all time. In 2011, Rolling Stone magazine ran a poll among its readers where Afternoon Delight was number 2 on the list of the 10 worst songs of the 1970s. The Starland Vocal Band released more music, but none of their songs were ever as successful as Afternoon Delight. The Starland Vocal Band broke up in 1981. The following year, Danoff and Nivert's marriage ended in divorce. Since then, Bill Danoff has written a song for Doug and the Slugs that became a top 40 Canadian hit, and he has taught a songwriter's course at his alma mater, Georgetown University. Taffy Nivert continued to live in the D.C. area, where she occasionally performed with her ex-husband and the rest of the Starland Vocal Band. In 2011, she moved to Florida, where she now lives a quiet life. As for Take Me Home Country Roads, it is still so revered that it was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1998, and it was selected by the Library of Congress for inclusion in the National Recording Registry in 2023. In 2010, Take Me Home Country Roads was played at the funeral for West Virginia Senator Robert Byrd, and in 2014, Take Me Home Country Roads became the official state song of West Virginia. Take Me Home Country Roads had an impact outside of West Virginia as well. It has since become an anthem of the Brisbane Lions, a professional Australian rules football club. Olivia Newton-John recorded a cover in 1973 that reached number 6 in Japan and number 15 in the UK. The Jamaican reggae group Toots and the Maytals recorded a version in 1974 where the lyrics were slightly altered to refer to the group's home country of Jamaica. The song was recorded in 2001 by the Dutch pop band Hermes House Band under the title Country Roads. Lana Del Rey also recorded her version of the song in 2023. As for the road that inspired Take Me Home Country Roads, Clopper Road makes a nice country drive the further you get away from the immediate DC suburbs, especially on a nice sunny day.